In this bowl, I have cut up onion and red peppers. I'm out of green peppers and fresh garlic, so I'm just going to use garlic salt. And I'm going to show you guys how I make my own marinara sauce with fresh tomatoes. Well, they're not really fresh, they were overripe, but that's good because it's going to give me more color. And I'm going to blend everything in my NutriBullet. So I cut up the tomatoes and I put it in the cup for the NutriBullet, and then I'm gonna blend that together. And I don't have to blend it until it's watery because sometimes I want the chunks, but I totally forgot that I had it on for so long, so it was a bit watery, but that's okay. So I'm gonna be using these Tofurky Italian sausages, which I love, and it's vegan. So I used all in the pack and I cut it up and put it in a bowl, and I used coconut oil to put in the pan. And the onions and peppers that I had cut up in the beginning, I put them in the pan and I sauteed until they were not brown, but until they were hot and ready. I'm gonna replace rice with quinoa today. I used 1 cup of quinoa and I already put the coconut oil in the pan as well. I just stirred it up and got the oil all over the quinoa, and basically I'm gonna put water in it, but I want to hear the popping sound. And I stirred up the vegetables again and they're ready. And can you hear the popping sound? So that's what I needed to hear. Since I used 1 cup of quinoa, I'm gonna use 2 cups of water, but I'm not gonna put all the water in one time. So I just put 1 cup of water in, or 1.5, and then as it cooks, I'm gonna add more. Throughout the time that I'm gonna be cooking, I have to constantly stir the tomato sauce so that everything looks okay and that it doesn't get burnt. So now to season the quinoa, I use salt, which you don't need much because it absorbs salt like crazy. And I use garlic powder. Stirred everything together, and I'm just gonna cover the pot and let that boil for a while. And now I'm seasoning the tomato sauce. I used paprika powder. I love spicy food, so I went overboard. I used salt. Again, you don't need much of it because the Tofurky already has sodium in it. Then I used garlic powder, some parsley. I would have preferred fresh parsley, but that's what I had. And I used cayenne pepper. Again, I love spice. And don't do this. Get a spoon and take it out, but I cook a lot, so I know. Yeah. Then I used some rosemary to give it a little oomph. Then you stir the pot, and basically I'm gonna be monitoring it until it gets really red and thick. And to know if the quinoa is done, it has to be fluffy, and it was still hard while I was stirring it, so just cover it again and let that do its thing. The sauce is coming along. I had it on high heat and I fluctuated between medium and high. The quinoa was coming along, so added some more water, and that's gonna be the last amount of water that I put in it. Now that the sauce looks super rich, I'm gonna add in the Tofurky, and I'm gonna stir the pot and saute that a little bit, and make sure the Tofurky is covered with all the sauce. And I'm gonna cover that for a bit and let that simmer down. Now the sauce is all dried up and looks good. That's done. I'm going to be grilling some zucchini, and I just added black pepper on it and a little salt, not much. The quinoa is done, nice and fluffy. I covered it and let the steam cook it when it was close to finishing to me. To do the zucchini, I used Smart Balance olive oil butter, spread that all over the grilling pan. Put the zucchinis on, and I let that grill for about 10 minutes until they were brown on each side, but not too brown because it will be too soft to eat. Everything is done and I'm just taking out Bae's plate. So that's the quinoa, soft and fluffy Tofurky, and this tastes really good with spaghetti. The zucchini. And this is the finished meal. Thank you guys for watching and bye.